Failure is not an option. These are the words spoken by Ed Harris in the movie Apollo 13, said to the engineers as they try to find a way to bring their astronauts home. Failure meant the death of 3 men. Failure meant worldwide ridicule. Failure meant losing their jobs. For him, as well as for so many others who have internalized this mantra in their work and in their lives, this was both inconceivable and unacceptable. Nothing less than success would do. And yet, we know that failure is absolutely an option. We know that failure is in fact a reality, something that we deal with on a regular basis, in our relationships, in our professional lives, in our engagements with the world. As Christians, this is even true about our very religion. In the life of Jesus, we see a man who seemingly only wants to bring God glory in word and deed, teaching and showing people how to love. Not only does he not succeed in his lifetime, he's betrayed by a close follower, publicly ridiculed, and eventually tortured and killed like a common criminal. For all intents and purposes, this is a huge failure. And yet, it isn't. Despite humiliation and betrayal, false accusation and death, God the Father transforms what was probably the worst moment in human history into one of the best. Jesus is risen from the dead and opens a pathway for us to the Father in heaven. From failure comes success. If there is one thing that we learn in this life, if the season of Lent can teach us just one thing, it's that not only is failure an option, it is the option we must seek. As much as it has been ingrained into our minds to never be weak, to never give up, to never accept anything but success, our faith tells us otherwise. It is not by strength that we succeed, but by God. It is only when we act like Jesus and allow ourselves to be weak, allow ourselves to need help, allow ourselves to die to our own pride and ego and reputation and life, that God is truly strong in us. If we want to rise with Christ, we need to fail with him too.